Subscribe. MTL World at World 1 YouTube channel. Chapter 222 The Murderer's Identity. First of Volume 6. Blank. Huyang City, City Lord's Mansion, on top of the pavilion. Luo Feng sat alone and drank. The three rulers of Shi country died suddenly, especially the sudden death of a strong man like the ruler of Tian Kun country. The two ancient countries will definitely investigate carefully. Next, it depends on their ability. The results of the investigation by the two ancient countries also determined their own response plan. What? All three of them are dead. There are a total of 5 God Kings in the Food Kingdom. The still-alive God King Luo and God King Skull Peak can determine all the 3 more powerful kings of the Food Kingdom with their causal induction. 3 people died in an instant, but their 2 weaker God Kings were still alive. This made them confused. Regardless of whether the Lord Tiankin has been reincarnated or not, to be able to kill him quietly must be at the level of an emperor or a monarch. God King Luo was frightened. Given the formidable strength of the Tiankin Lord's primordial bloodline, even if the Emperor of Guishu were to intervene, it would probably cause the heavens to collapse and the earth to shatter, creating a tremendous commotion. The Tiankin Lord would still be able to hold on for quite a long time. Just like before, when Lord Tiankin and several of his companions joined forces to deal with the Lord of Yushui, but they spent a long time with no result. It can be seen that to kill an existence at the level of the Tian Kun Kingdom Lord, even forcing him to reincarnate, is an extremely difficult task. What should I do? King Luo was somewhat uneasy. She only had one true body. Initially, her entire nation had pledged allegiance to the Shi Kingdom, and her people were also thriving and surviving within the Shi Kingdom's territory. Investigating the deaths of the 3 kingdom lords will probably lead to me as well. King Ku Feng moved extremely quickly. Those who can relocate, hurry and relocate. The God King of Skull Peak has many clones, and naturally he has 3 caves, and he controls multiple cities in the Tianji Icefield. When he was invited to join the Food Nation, he only brought some ethnic groups with him. Now the migration has begun quickly. They were all panicking at the moment. They all felt that the crisis hidden behind the death of the 3 kings of the Shi Kingdom, even they would be powerless to resist once it affects them. The capital of the Food Kingdom. A figure of white light appeared in the capital of the Food King. His whole body was condensed by white light, and he looked down at the city with an expressionless face. At this moment, the entire city became gray, and countless creatures were motionless. The whole world seemed to pause. The white light figure walked in the suspended city of the King of Food, walked into the palace, and walked into the main hall. The Lord Tiankin was sitting there and the great sage Yisho was offering the food bottle respectfully. The white light figure looked at this scene, and his mind moved. Behind him, there was a huge quicksand flowing slowly, and the surrounding scene also began to move. Lord Tiankin reached out to grab the food bottle, and suddenly the eyes of Lord Tiankin and great sage Yisho dimmed instantly. Killed instantly, with no ability to resist. Tian Kun should not have time to reincarnate. The white light figure observed. Is it the secret technique of will? Or an attack on the soul? The supreme rules of the origin continent limits the upper limit of all energy. Whether it is energy, there is an upper limit to the power of matter, cause and effect, and will. Within the upper limit of power, there are no more than 10 people in the entire origin continent who can do this. The white light figure thought. The Lord Tian Kun has always been very cautious. Although he is tyrannical towards neighboring countries, he never dares to offend a truly powerful being. Who killed him? Moreover, he killed the 3 lords of the Shi Kingdom at the same time. Did they have grievances with all 3 rulers? The white light figure pondered. Time continued to pass, and the bodies of Lord Tiankin and great sage Yisho disappeared, including countless creatures in the food bottles. He should be nearby when he uses soul-based or will-based methods. The white light figure flew over the entire royal capital and began to carefully check all the creatures in the surrounding area of the royal capital during this time period. The white figure's eyes lit up, and he used all his strength to activate the treasure given by the ancestor. The huge quicksand shadow behind him quickly expanded and spread, covering the entire royal capital almost in the blink of an eye. Buzz. The two figures that were originally difficult to spy also appeared under the shadow of the quicksand. A man in a black robe and long hair, wearing a facial mask, stood above the capital, looking down coldly towards the palace. Beside him was an old man without any breath of life. It was easy to tell that he was a puppet. Huh. The white figure was startled, and he carefully watched the figure of the man in black robe and gold mask. Even looking at the traces left in the past, the white light figure felt that the aura of the man in black robe was profound and unpredictable, and there was a vague sense of weird terror. It made him a little scared. Such an image, such aura, I have never seen it before. The white light figure was secretly shocked. How could such a terrifying existence appear in the origin continent? As one of the 9 great monarchs of the Thunder Ancient Kingdom, he was the Tianguang monarch. There are very few strong people who don't know. Before, there was only that mysterious strong man from the Shadow Heaven realm who had emperor-level combat power, but no one knew his identity. And now there is one more. He collected that bottle. There are countless creatures in the bottle. We can trace the cause and effect of the creatures, and we may find something. The white light figure tried to trace it. He looked at the food bottle and saw some creatures in the bottle, and cause and effect naturally occurred. Weak practitioners cannot conceal cause and effect. With the help of cause and effect tracing, they will find something. Huh. All these weak practitioners were released in the wild and regained their freedom. The white light figure was a little surprised. It seems that this mysterious strong man has pity on the weak. The white light figure shook his head slightly and traced at this step. It is difficult to check again. This mysterious strong man also has a puppet servant. The white light figure also observed the old man beside the man in black robe and gold mask. The old man was transformed into a puppet, and no trace could be found. It's strange to bring servants out to do things. The white figure smiled and left in one step. The entire origin continent was jointly established by 2 ancient countries. They will carefully investigate anything that may threaten order. Now they are focusing on the 3 hidden foreign powerhouses and the 5 powerhouses including the Queen of Fengdu and the Lord of the Mother River. And today, they discovered that there was another mysterious and powerful person who needed their attention. Di Fu, I'm going to the past timeline. The murderer should be this man in black robe and golden mask. Di Jufeng said and showed the scene of his investigation. The Emperor Fu watched. He also brought a puppet servant. Di Jufeng said, I can confirm that he is not in the ultimate realm, and he does not have a very powerful secret treasure of time and space, because of that he was spied on by me. But his strength should be terrifying. It's very unusual. The emperor looked at this figure with a black robe and a gold mask, and the faint sense of terror would frighten both the emperor and the monarch. I don't know where the strong man came from. Di Jufeng shook his head. It feels more terrifying to me than the 5 of the Earth God King. Di Fu nodded. There are quite a few beings at the peak of the 2nd level of the God King realm on the origin continent. They just lack resources. Perhaps one of them has obtained the resources and thus took that step. From his killing of the Tian Kun Kingdom's master, he should be adept at soul or will techniques, Di Jufeng said. In other words, he could probably instantly annihilate anyone below the level of emperor or monarch. He is far more terrifying than the 5 Earth God Kings. Our Yan Feng Ancient Kingdom has tried every possible way, yet we couldn't kill the Lord of the Mother River. This mysterious powerhouse, I feel, is even more troublesome than the Lord of the Mother River. The 2 great ancient kingdoms might not be able to handle him either, Di Fu said with a smile. Not being able to find out his identity might be a good thing. The Lord of the Mother River could escape, but that doesn't mean this one can too, Di Jufeng said. Di Tian said no more. Di Jufeng immediately left. Who are you? Di Fu looked at the figure in the black robe and golden mask, quite curious. Is it Puxin? Loha? Or Di Ming? There are indeed very few traces of this mysterious powerhouse, but there are not many continents of origin where souls and wills are expected to reach this stage. According to deductions from many aspects, Difu indeed has three suspects. Pu Xin is a mysterious and low-key second-level god king who rarely participates in disputes and only occasionally recruits disciples in the illusion. Among his disciples are two second-level god kings, one of whom is the Wu Xin god king. Luo He, in the stage of Chaos Realm, is the will of the God King in the ultimate realm. Difu has been observing Luo He. Emperor Ming. As the origin continent and the person with the highest achievements in will, his power of will has already reached the upper limit set by the supreme rules. Moreover, he also received the inheritance left by Guo Yuan, and he has been obsessed with studying the beasts of tribulation. He also studied the image of a certain Xuanhuan life. It was also very easy for him to disguise some of the horror of Xuanhuan life. Who could it be? Pu Xin, you have been holding back for so long, are you really going to take action? Difu was very curious. Or is it Luo He who has terrifying potential? Or is it the terrifying, Emperor Ming, that even I can't predict? The Emperor Fu is not surprised by anything the Emperor Ming does. Even if the Emperor Ming completely kills 7 or 8 emperors and sets off a bloody storm throughout the origin continent, the Emperor Fu feels normal. Because this is in line with the nature of the Emperor Ming. The Emperor Ming is very similar to the tribulation beast. Once you fall out, all your companions will be killed as well. Huyang City, the city lord's mansion. Luo Feng had been ordering detailed information on the Tianquan Kingdom Lord from the Yangfeng Guild Hall for a long time, and he also received the information at this moment, but this information was relatively expensive. Yangfeng Guild Hall found out the murderer who killed Lord Tianquan. Luo Feng checked the information carefully. There is a video in the intelligence. A long-haired man in a black robe and gold mask and an old puppet. An unknown mysterious strongman. With a puppet. Luo Feng smiled. Invisible and formless changes are indeed difficult to decipher within the scope of the supreme rules. The detailed cause of death of King Tianquan, do I need to pay an additional billion of cosmic sand? Luo Feng did not buy information anymore. He knew very well that since the other party could find out his image, he should know that King Tianquan's body was intact. It can be inferred that it is an attack on the soul and heart. Luo He, Luo He. The Lord of Yushui came over, do you know about the death of Lord Tianquan? Of course you do, Luo Feng responded. The Yangfeng Guild and the Thunder Chamber of Commerce publicly sold information, saying that it was a soul or will-type attack that killed the leader of the Tianquan Kingdom. The leader of the Tianquan Kingdom should not have time to reincarnate. The leader of the Yushui Kingdom excitedly announced. I'm afraid that this mysterious person can kill strong people below emperors and monarchs instantly. Brother Yu Shui, I feel like you are a little gloating. Luo Feng said. The founders of the two countries, the founder of the East Extreme region, Emperor Qing, the Lord of the 10,000 Realms, the Realm Beast, the Emperor Ming, there are already better ones in the origin continent who can kill us in an instant. One more is okay. Lord Yu Shui said with a smile, I'm happy because Tian Kun is completely dead and probably won't be reincarnated. It's so happy. The kingdom of Shi and the kingdom of Yu are adjacent to each other, and the Lord of Tianquan Kingdom and the Lord of Yushui Kingdom have been fighting for too long. Luo He, the territory you command is close to the Food Kingdom, and the Food Kingdom is now ownerless. You can take the opportunity to occupy the entire Food Kingdom. The leader of the Yushui Kingdom sent a message, I will definitely support you with all my strength. Blank. End of chapter. Subscribe. MTL World, at Mittel World 1 YouTube channel.